Hi you guys, welcome back to the vlog. I want to share in this video a little bit about where I have been and what I've been kind of noodling on behind the scenes and what I'm going to be focused on going forward. On a high level, everything is still the same. Like I shared in an earlier video, I'm really working to reposition my company as a digital media company and to set all of our different products, programs, services, offerings apart in their own unique brand vertical. And what that means is that they're each their own unique ecosystem. As a company, we really focus on helping people step into who they're here to be and the work they're here to do. And I've always said that we do that at all points on the journey, but the truth is, at each of those individual points, there are different pain points, there are different fears, beliefs, it's a different way of being. The person that we are serving is in a completely different place in their life. So giving them a space that they can immerse themselves into so that they can learn what they need to learn and get clear in the way they need to get clear is really, really important to moving them along and moving them forward on their journey. For example, I have two brands that are really great entry points into working with me. So one of those is Awesome Life Tips and one of those is Call of the Void. Call of the Void is for anyone who's gone through something that has rocked their world. Sometimes that is trauma, sometimes that's loss, sometimes it's divorce. It's a big life transition and it's a challenging chapter in their life. They are really seeking to uncover the purpose of their path so that they can move forward into what comes next with more ease, more clarity, and a deeper sense of self. Awesome Life Tips, on the other hand, is more inspirational and motivational. It is for people who are looking for that boost to say, okay, I'm ready to create something new and better and different in my life. It's also for people who haven't gone through anything earth-shattering necessarily, but they're feeling lost, they're feeling stuck and unfulfilled, and nothing is necessarily wrong, but they're feeling just kind of bleh and meh about life. They're not really motivated, they're not really inspired, they're not really feeling that zest for life that they want to have. So those are the same person, but they're in different states. So they are ready to begin the work of uncovering who they're here to be. And depending on what their pain points are and depending on what they need in order to do the work to move forward, they might come in at one or the other. So what I have spent the last, I don't even know, couple months really kind of noodling on is what is the best approach to growing the company the way that I want to grow it. I want to move away from being just another little online business or even medium-sized or big online business that's more lifestyle entrepreneurship focused. So it's more about me and my work, and these are my websites, and then this is my little space in the corner of pixels that make up the internet, to really positioning myself as a thought leader and our company as an expert in the life purpose development field. And what that means is that I have really become the bottleneck. I am the sole content creator across all brands, which has worked really well because I'm really focused. I'm really clear on how I want to speak to people, what I do and do not want to say, what is and is not important. And like I shared in the last video about creating work that is process oriented, everything that I have created is a unique process. So it is about guiding people to their truth, to what is right for them, what is most aligned for them, and moving them through the work from that point of view versus this is what worked for me and this is what you should do too. So I'm really opinionated about the content. I'm really opinionated about how we work with people. And at the same time, I can't do everything. So if I really want to grow these to the level that I want to grow them, I have to look at bringing in team, changing the structure of how we create content, how we produce content, how we market ourselves, and consider bringing in other content creators. For example, I have Your Passion-Based Business is my business building brand, which is all about how to start with, this is what I think I'm passionate about, to actually running an online business around what it is that you love and working with your first clients or customers. While I love business building and brand strategy, while it's something that I could talk all day long about, especially when it comes to building a business in a way that is true and aligned for you, right now, that's not the best use of my creative energy. I have created a massive amount of content for that site alone, for that conversation alone. The program itself is 12 weeks long. There are 12 modules with 3 to 4 sections inside of them. So there is a massive amount of content that has already been created. And what I am looking at is when is the right time to bring in a copywriter so that we can start creating more content on that site that will bring more people to the work and allow them to get what they need to get clear on what their passion is and to build their unique business in the world. I will continue creating content for Call of the Void because that's just really where my heart is right now. It's really where my focus is. What I am looking to do in the coming weeks and months that I will bring you behind the scenes on is to start, again, setting up those separate ecosystems for each of the brands. So besides Stephenie Zamora, which is me, and which is a whole other conversation that I'll talk about in another video about how I'll be positioning myself inside of and alongside of all the different brands and also in the media company's brand. There is Stephenie Zamora Design, which is the design business. There is your passion-based business, which is the business building brand and program. There's Awesome Life Tips, like I've mentioned before, where the book lives, where the daily tips are, where my program Foundations for Unshakable Joy will live. And there is Call of the Void, which has journey mapping and is all about using the hero's journey as a tool to rise up and come back in the aftermath of challenging chapters. And later this year, there will also be the Institute. So there's all of these brands within our company that need to be their own ecosystem. And the first step that I have taken to really set that up is to move all of the content from just being under my name. So if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, Stephenie Z, you will find all of the content that I write for Call of the Void right now, because like I said, that's where my heart and my focus has been, but I've been putting it out under my own name versus building its own social media, following its own social media presence. At the end of last week, I set up a Call of the Void Instagram. I set up a private Facebook group, which you are welcome to join. Just search for Call of the Void, and it's callofthevoid.tv on Instagram. And that was a kind of difficult decision for me to make because most people follow me under my personal accounts. So what that means is that I am going to lose a bit of reach and engagement at the start. It means that I am sacrificing getting my content in front of the people that are already following me by moving all of it to another place. And while I have a pretty strong following on those platforms, it's important to me to look at it from a long-term perspective. So what are the choices and decisions that I need to make right now in order to best position us for the future? Everything cannot be under my name if we are going to grow all of the different brands. They each need to be their own ecosystem. And so what I have done is moved Call of the Void away from my name, and I will be kind of figuring out how I want to put myself again at the front of the company and the conversation that I want to be having. But for now, the first step was separating Call of the Void from my name, reactivating Your Passion-Based Business has its own Instagram account. Awesome Life Tips has kind of been running its own ecosystem for the last several years, so that's good, but really structuring things from a social media and engagement perspective so that everything can start building its own ecosystem. The next thing that I am going to be doing that I will kind of share with you in another video, and as I'm doing it, is I'm going to be doing site audits. Those are going to be a lot of work, but they're going to help me further understand what needs to happen for each brand and what team needs to be in place for each brand. Ideally, each brand will have its own editor-in-chief who's in charge of content and marketing and the conversation that that brand is having, both in social media, on the blog, on the newsletter, a copywriter to help produce content, or in certain cases, you know, looking at Call of the Void has a very specific focus. It's all about uncovering the purpose of your path. That might be something where we bring in contributors at some point when I'm ready to shift it off my plate, but looking at what is the team that needs to be in place. But the first step in order to make that decision is to audit each site. So what are the pages that are on the sites? What pages are missing that should be there? What pages are old and outdated that need to be removed or redirected? Doing an SEO, which is search engine optimization, audit on each of the sites, making sure that we are ranking for what we want to be ranking for, that if you search for certain things that we start showing up for that. And also building out what are the funnels. So again, I have a ton of great content, opt-ins, blog posts, freebies, guides, just so much stuff that is so valuable, and where to put it on each of the sites so that it's accessible to people, both gated and ungated. So meaning some of the content you can come to the site and you can just consume because it's free and it's there for you too. And other content is meant for you to take that deeper step of investing in the work by joining the community, whether that's joining a Facebook group or subscribing to the newsletter or following one of the social media accounts. Then what I'll be doing after the site audits is really creating a content plan for each of the sites. So I will share more about that as well for those of you that are interested. But what is the conversation that we are having for each of the brands, for each point on the journey that we really serve and support people, so that each one can exist individually and also support the bigger body of work and support that person in moving through the journey at the pace that they need to move through in the way that is best for them. That's where I'm at. That is my update for you today. If you have specific questions, as always, feel free to let me know, and I will be sharing more about this process as we get into it, and I look forward to sharing all of that with you and really seeing what I can do with this company and everything that we have created. I'm really excited about it. So thank you for being here with me, and I will catch you in another video soon.